Hi, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz. Welcome to Shape It, Mostly Mat. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat, and I'm going to be using a Pilates band for some of the moves near the end of the workout, but if you prefer not to use one, you don't have to. We're just going to be doing some hip thrusts or glute raises, and using the band will intensify some of the moves. If you don't have a band, you can just use some light dumbbells and place them on your hips, but I'll cue you on that later. We're going to get straight into it with some plank style moves to warm up our entire body, and then we're going to be doing mostly mat exercises, but some of them will have a crouching element in them. Now, if the whole crouching thing just doesn't work for you because you've got bad knees, then you might want to actually stand or even lean forward onto the base of a chair or the seat of a chair for those exercises. But once again, I'll tell you when we come up to that. So let's get started. We're going to come into a plank position with our hands slightly wider than our shoulders. Come up onto your toes, and we're going to go down into a push-up, but actually come all the way down. Then we're going to extend our arm to the back, bring it in, extend the other arm to the back, push our body up, raise our leg, come back down, arm, push back up, glute raise, glute raise. So you're lowering down, and it's like almost like a triceps kickback, coming back to your chest with your hands, then raising your legs in a nice straight position. Down, raise, raise. Once you have this, I want you to look down at your mat so that you're not arching your neck to look at me. Up, raise, raise. And if this is too much for you, pushing up into a full plank, just come to a knee plank and then raise from there. Okay, we're only warming up. There's plenty of time to get tougher. So just come into that knee plank and raise from there. It's down, back, back. If you're pushing up, make sure your arms and your legs raise from the floor at the same time. Back, back, blow out on the up. Push out of your shoulder blades on the up. Make sure you've got that perfect plank. Back, back, up. Let's do 3 more sets. So come down, back, back, up, raise, raise. 2 more. Arms, feeling your triceps now and your glutes a little bit. This is the last set. Up and up. Nice job. Now we're going to come back into a child's pose. Then we're going to shoot forward and dip our hip. Then come back into a child's pose and shoot forward, dip the other hip. So you're trying to touch your hip down to the mat. Come onto your knees, shoot forward, dip. So make sure your hands stay pretty much extended the entire time, and blow the air out as you come forward, and just dip as far as you can. If you can't touch down, then don't worry, just come to your low point. But I want you to twist, twist. So your legs are straight as you're touching that hip down, and you're going to be bending the elbow of the arm that's on the side where you're dipping. A few more like this. Heart rate's coming up already. Back and forward, back and forward. Let's do 4 more. Back and 1, back and 2, back and 3, and back and 4. Nice job. Okay, we're going to come into a down dog position this time. So your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, and you're coming up, sticking your glutes into the air. And we're just going to tap our heels up as if we're doing a butt kick, but slow and controlled. Up, 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 up. We're going to add on to this. So what I want you to focus on is hold your tummy in. Make sure your arms are nice and extended, but not fully locked out. And we're going to start going up and down with this. So we're going to do One of each here, then come down and do a glute raise. Then come up, kick, kick, come down, glute raise, come up, kick, kick, kneel down, glute raise, come up, kick, kick. So you're coming down with your back leg first, which means that your front leg will be free to do that glute raise. And you've got your foot flexed here because you're trying to push that leg up to the ceiling. Up, down, up, up. It's kick, kick, down, up, up. It's definitely a workout for your brain as well. Don't worry if you get it wrong. We're just trying to warm up the body. Up, up. Let's do 6 more. Down, up, and up. 5. Kick it up. Really squeeze the glute. 4. 3. Keep breathing. Up and up. Hold your tummy in. 2. Push it, and 1. Up and up. Nice job. Okay, so now your whole body should be quite warm. These next few exercises we're going to be crouching. So if this is the one that's going to be sore on your knees, you can grab a chair, turn it towards you so you can put your hands on the chair instead of having your hands on the ground, okay? So what we're going to do is come up into a wide stance and just start by going side to side. So I've got my hands on the ground. This is what it would look like if you've got a chair in front of you. I like to keep my hands on the ground, hold my tummy in, and keep my back really flat. I'm on my fingertips. If this is just not achievable, but you are quite flexible, you might want to use some little dumbbells and hold on to the ends of the dumbbells or even yoga blocks. You can put your hands all the way down if you are super flexible and if you're warm enough. So side to side, side to side. My feet are slightly turned out and I'm really stretching across so that I feel my inner thigh stretching every time I lengthen that leg. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to come over and put our weight on this leg and raise that. 1, 2, 3. Come to the other side and raise that leg. 1, 2, 3, and lift. 1, 2, 3, and lift. So when I'm lifting, I've got all my weight in my supporting heel. 3, and lift. And I'm trying to lift my leg so that my outer thigh faces the ceiling. My kneecap is to the front of the room. And lift. If you want to keep up higher, like this, on a chair, 3, and up. Even standing. You can do this whole section standing. 2, 3, and raise. Are you feeling it yet? 3, and raise. 1, 2, 3, and raise. Let's go for 4 more. 3, and up. This is 3, and up. This is 2. I've got hardly any weight in my arms. It's all in that supporting leg. This is 1. Okay, now we're going to come down onto that knee and we're going to extend this leg. We're going to keep our fingertips on the ground and just start raising. So this is exactly the same, but we've got a bit more range of motion now because we're down on the knee. I am leaning to this side a little bit so that I've got more range of motion. And I'm squeezing my leg and bringing it up as high as I can. I should be feeling it in that outer thigh, outer hip area. A few more and then we're going to add on. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, long legs, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come up bent and straight, and bent and straight, up and up, up and up. So you're going to feel your supporting leg here as well. That's a good thing. But if it gets too much, here's your alternative. Up and up. So this is a lot easier, and up. But here is where I really want you, because we're using our obliques and our arms and our supporting leg to stabilize. So I prefer you to stay here. Up and up. Come on. A few more. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're just going to hold it up, and we're going to turn our knee down and just poke up to the ceiling. So same sort of position, staying up high, poking that heel up to the ceiling. Squeeze your glute. If you want to take your hand off and really try to balance here, which is going to use more muscles in your core, you can do that. Up and up. Up and up. Come on, a few more. Breathe through it. 8. Slow count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep it up, 2, and 1. Okay, guess what? Other side. So set yourself up. We're going to be kneeling with our leg extended. Tummies are in. Come to the side and just start raising. Raise. Keeping your leg long, kneecap to the front, and really trying to hold your tummy in, keeping that pointed toe, and thinking about squeezing that outer hip, outer thigh. Up, up. Remember your options. If you want to go down on your side, you can do that. I would rather you do it with proper form than try to struggle through and not be able to execute each rep perfectly. Blow out on the up, squeeze, squeeze. So that one was the supporting leg just before, which means it's going to get sore even quicker. Come on, a few more, then we're going to combine it with that bent knee. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go bent to straight. Bent to straight. This is your option. Bent to straight. Bent to straight. But if you're down there, I want your leg to go higher, okay? Bent to straight. Try not to tap down in between, but if you need to, you can go tap up. It's up, tap up. You can slow it down as well if you need to. And up, up, and up. Are you feeling that? Up and up. Come on. 6, up, 5, up, 4, and 3. Don't drop the leg. And 2, and 1. Now point your knee down, keep it up, and squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. So you're on an angle, but you're still trying to keep that leg really high, and you're going to feel this dent in here. Working, working. The outside of the glute area. Keep poking up. Point that toe. Get it high. Come on. Your leg is slightly on an angle as well here, so your toe is slightly further back than your knee. Breathe through it. 8, 7, 6, don't drop it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Okay, we're going on to a new combination. So with this one, we're going to start in like a down dog position, and we're going to bring the front leg forward and step it next to the hand. Okay, so you've seen this one before. So we're just going to go up and step, up and step. Now, if you prefer, you can be down on the knee. It's a glute raise and a step. Now, you can turn your knee slightly to the front with this exercise, because I know that it's kind of hard to get it out on this slight angle from a parallel position. Now we're going to add on to this. We're going to go up and step, and then we're going to bring the other knee in, but we're going to stay in a crouched position. So let's do a few more of these. 6, 5, squeeze your glute. 4, straight legs on that lift. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's start from here. So it's 1, and then I'm going to step my weight on here, and I'm just going to bring my knee in, and then I'm going to sweep it, plant it, knee in, back, sweep it, plant it, knee in, back, up, front, in. So I'm just lightly coming up on my fingertips to give me a bit more room, but you need to judge where you need to be. If this isn't working for you, then you might actually need to stand up for this bit and put your hands on the seat of a chair again. Okay, you can do that. Imagine a chair in front of you, or use the yoga blocks. That's another option. Just find a way of doing this that is not totally going to be uncomfortable, but that challenges your limits. I want you to challenge yourself. Do not keep doing the same old things thinking you can't do hard stuff. You can do hard stuff, I promise you. This is how you get stronger. You do things that your body doesn't usually want to do. Okay? Mind over matter. 6, up, 5, bring the knee right in. 4, the weight is in the heel of the supporting leg. 3, up, 2, up, 1, stay here, just pull the leg in. Pull it in and in, extend and in. So weight is in this front heel, extend and in. Try to keep your back flat, tummy's in. You should be able to wiggle your toes here because your weight is in the heel. In and in. In and in. Come on. Few more. You should be feeling your supporting leg burning, burning. You can do this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down on the back knee, and now we're going to just use the front leg, turn the knee out slightly and just raise it. Raise it. So that same glute raise that we did in the plank, we're just going to isolate that, squeeze it, up. So your knee's slightly to the front. Okay, it doesn't have to be fully to the front. If you prefer to turn it down and just lift that with your knee to the mat, you can do that. Push out of your shoulder blades, no hunching, and squeeze up, up. Squeeze all the way, point your toe, lengthen your leg. If you're super hardcore, put on some ankle weights for this segment. It definitely makes a difference. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Come back into a child's pose for a second. Deep breath. And guess what? We're on to the other side. So we're going to start with that plank position with our leg sweeps and plants. So we're going to bring our leg up and then plant it close to that hand. It's up kind of on an angle and plant. So when I come forward, I even push my hip forward a little bit, just to get a little bit of stretch in my glute. My arms are staying straight, even when I'm coming forward, with maybe a little micro bend. So even though you're not doing push-ups or you're not doing any designated arms exercises, any of these plank positions will be using your shoulders and your arms and even your chest, okay? So don't think we're not working upper body, because we definitely are. Forward, up, forward. Lengthen and lift. Lengthen that leg, point that toe. A few more like this, and then we're going to add that step with the knee in. Forward. We're trying to keep the pace up so that you use your heart rate a little bit as well, because we want to burn fat. That's why we're going a little bit faster, but if you can't go my pace, slow it down. 6, 5, 4, squeeze that glute. 3, 2, 1. Now come forward, bring the back leg in. Sweep it up, step it forward, knee in. And breathe out on the up, breathe out on the in. Choose your options. I don't want you to have a super rounded back down here. So if you cannot keep your back relatively flat, then you need to be using yoga blocks or dumbbells on the ends or the seat of a chair. Okay, bring that knee close to your chest so it feels like a crunch. So when you blow out the air, feel your stomach crunching each time. That's a bonus. We want leg work and glute work, and we want abs and arms. Okay, multitasking. We love to use compound moves. So much better, so much more efficient. Is your glute hurting now? Let's go for 6. And in. 5. This is a deliberate pull in. 4. Don't just like bring the leg in gently. 3. Really use it. 2. Last. 1. Stay in front and just pull the leg in. 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 So weight is in the heel of the front leg. And you're feeling this glute on fire. That's a good thing. We want to torture that body into submission. So keep going. Pull the knee in. Tummy's pulled in. Relax your shoulders. Look down at your mat and just pull in. You can wiggle your toes here, making sure the weight is in the heels. Pull and pull. Go for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, burning, and 1. Okay, everyone's down on their knees, and we're going to do some glute raises with that extended leg. So, leg extended. I'm going to turn my knee slightly to the front and just up. Blow out on the up. If you want it down and straight, you can. I like to do angles because it works not just your glute and outer hip, but also your outer thigh slightly. So we once again are multitasking. Up, up. Make sure you're pushing out of your shoulders, don't slouch. Flat back, look down at your mat. Nice straight spine and neck in alignment. And just push up. You're lightly tapping down in between, but you're definitely not resting that leg. Up and up. Come on. Mostly mat. Just a few crouching style exercises to keep it interesting. Up and up. Up and up. Keep going. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. I'm going to give you a little break before we move on to the glute bridge section. So just fingertips in front and all the air out and stretch those glutes. Okay, now let's grab our band. We're going to come down and lie all the way down, and we're going to get the band, open it up and put it across our hips. And then we're going to grab it and anchor it with our hands. Depending on how strong your band is dependent on how much you anchor it. So you can kind of gauge it as we go along. So put your feet approximately hip width, and we're going to come up. Now, I want you to pretty much keep your butt in the air the entire time. So imagine you've got 2 fists under there. That's how high I want you to start. So we're not going to lower below that. Then from there, we're going to anchor the band. If you cheat on this, you're only cheating yourself. So you need to make sure there's tension on there. So tension at the lowest point, so that when you go up from there, you feel that. So go up from there, just start squeezing up, up. So I'm focusing on keeping my knees to hips in a straight line, and I'm really trying to squeeze the glutes here. Push up, up. Really starting to feel that burn deep in the glutes, and that's what we want. We are going to feel a bit of hamstring here. We're going to feel a bit of front of thigh even. Just try to concentrate on executing each rep perfectly, and don't come down too low. Think down and up, up. A little bit down, mostly up. Down and up, up. Come on, if there's not enough tension on there and you're not feeling this, then choke up. Or if it's too much, then loosen it a bit. Keep going. This is where you can put weights on your hips instead. Okay, if you have 2 small dumbbells, you can put them here, just in the place where it doesn't hurt. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to bring our feet slightly further out than our hips, and we're going to turn our toes out. So our heels are further in, our toes are out. Now we're going to stay up there, remember, check it, and we're going to hold that band down, and we're going to come in and out. In and out. So these are all exercises that you know, you're familiar with, but with the band, they hurt a lot more. And also, because we've done all those glute exercises before, you're going to feel this straight away. So imagine you've got a ball that you're trying to squeeze together with your thighs. In fact, if you want to, you can go and get a stability ball or a Pilates ball and do that. And then just keep coming in and in. Squeeze. Keep your hips high and squeeze together. So this squeezing action involves a bit of inner thigh as well. In and in. Keep going. Keep breathing through it. I know it's tough, but this is how we're going to shape our glutes. Okay, this is how you're going to push past those plateaus and start changing the shape of your butt. Lifting it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, bring your feet together. Bring them slightly closer to your butt and come up on your tippy toes. Remember to be high again. Hold your tummy in and really help yourself up there by pushing your entire chest up. And then we're just going to do little ones here with our knees together. Up and up. Up and up. So the tippy toes give us slightly more range of motion. And keeping our legs together is going to burn bad very quickly. Try to press against your knees a little bit. Oh yes, I feel that. Keep breathing. And if at any stage the band becomes too much, just drop that band and do it without, because you're still going to feel it. Come on, a few more. Squeeze, squeeze. Don't drop too low. Squeeze your glutes. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to be super nice and let you come down for a second. Knees together, feet apart on your tippy toes. It can be quite close to your butt. Deep breath in, all the way up, choke up on the band, knees are pushing together, and down and up. Down and up. Tiny down, push up. Up, up. Keep going. I know you want to stop, but don't. I'm in the torture with you. This hurts me just as bad, but I want to get those nice lifted butt cheeks, like that non-surgical butt lift. We don't need surgery. We just put ourselves through these excruciating exercises every day, and we fight gravity that way. Keep going. Keep going. You can do this. I believe in you. Just push against those knees, pull down on that band, and up. Up. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to bring our feet together so that the insides of our feet are touching and our legs are going to fall open slightly, okay? Then we're going to come back up with our legs open, pull down on the band and push up. Up. So I'm pressing the soles of my feet together, and this one really, really, really burns the inner thighs a lot. Just keep pushing. If you're pushing against your feet, then you should be feeling some major fire in there. Breathe through the pain. You can do this. It's just lactic acid. Just tell your body to keep moving despite the burn. Push up. Up. Don't come too far down. Up. Oh yes, the burn is real. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Put the band around the bottom of your foot. I'm sorry. Why did I invent this? Breathe in, come up, and we're going to hold onto this band and just go down and up with the front leg. Down and up. So you anchor it however you need to. I need the back leg to be up. Okay, so you're squeezing the glute of the back leg. I know it's not going to be 2 hands anymore. Let's be realistic here. But I want a squeeze in that glute. It's down and up. Just get it off the mat however far you can. And just move that front leg down and up. There needs to be tension on this. I'm pushing against that band as my leg comes down. Down and up. Come on, you can do this. This is good for your arm as well because it's anchoring that band. Breathe through the pain for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Oh yes, we're nearly done with this. Hold on to that band however you need to. If your band isn't long enough, you can tie a knot in one end, a loop in one end, and put it around your foot. Are you ready? Breathe in, up, squeeze, and go down and up with the back leg now. Down and up. Try to just hold this other glute static. Down and up. Down and up. So this should actually feel okay because the moving leg, even though it's doing some work because you're keeping it fully flexed and tight, it definitely is also a bit of a stretch, right? So this leg just got a bit of a break. So we can actually do a few more before that lactic acid sets in. So get your glute up high. Keep that nice straight line from your hip to your knee. It may not be looking as straight as before. Mine's kind of dipped, but I've got a gap there. I've got one fist gap. Down and up, down and up. Come on, a few more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Now get rid of your band, and we're just going to do a little bit of inner thigh to even things out because we haven't done much. Put your feet together and just come out and back in. You can point down and flex in. Point down and flex in. Point down and flex in. So when you come in, imagine that you are pulling yourself up, and I need you to really fall open. Like obviously not to the point where you actually tear a ligament, so you need to stop it before you do that, but I want wide and then in. You can see that this will be super effective with some ankle weights. So if you're not really feeling enough here, please be my guest and put some on. In, down and up, down and up. A few more like this, and we're going to do some little ones with some ab crunches because we do want to work our upper abs a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 5. Are your legs getting heavier? 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep your heels together, and we're going to bend press. We're going to come in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, if you want more lower ab action, down, in, down. But you still need to turn your feet out, and you still need to press your legs together, in. So you're pressing in. Your calves should be touching there. So lift up from your chest. Don't pull on your head. If you're one of those people that can't stop themselves from pulling on their head, then maybe reach. Reach. Don't pull on your head. In, out. Focus on those inner thighs. Don't forget about them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just because we can, point our toes and keep our legs turned out and do those bicycles. I love this one because it feels like a bit of a stretch for the legs, but it also uses inner thigh, it uses your lower abs, it uses your upper abs. Multitasking. Guess what? This is our last exercise. Aren't you happy? Or not? You're going to miss me. Across. Across. Keep going. Really lift your shoulder blade off. Feeling those abs twisting. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That really burnt. Nice job. Bring your knees in. Just roll side to side. Trying to massage the spine. And then if you can, just bring your legs to the front. Reach away long. Keeping both shoulders on your mat, okay? Don't like go like this. I'd rather you have your legs up, maybe like this if you can't bring them all the way down. Flexibility is a very personal thing. It's not like you're unfit if you're not very flexible. Everyone is different. Bring it back to the center and to the back. You can look away from that. If you want to extend your top leg, you can. Stretching through the spine. And then if you want to release through your outer thighs a little bit, and through your hips, just open up like a butterfly. This feels really nice. And then just bring that leg in. Hamstring stretch. We did lots of hamstring work. Stretch that out, point and flex. And then other side. Point and flex. Just bring it into where you feel that stretch. And then just roll up. And we want to do the front of the thighs. So just bring your heel to your glute. Push your hip towards the back, lengthening the front of the thighs. And then just come up, bend that leg, bring it across, and try to keep both of your butt cheeks on the mat, and then just pull in. You should feel that glute stretch. That feels really nice. And then I'm just going to switch that up, other side. So sitting down and then pulling in. If you prefer to do it like this, you can do it like that. If the other one's a little bit too twisted for you. So feeling that stretch in that glute. We did a lot of glute work. I do like working glutes. They're the largest muscle group in your body, so they need extra. Okay, go to your side, heel to your butt, and push that hip backwards, lengthening the front of the thigh. And then just onto your tummy, roll it up. Stretching your abs. And then come down, push yourself back, child's pose. Separate your knees, push your armpits down to the mat. And to the front and pull away, stretching the side body. And to the back, pull away. And then just sit cross-legged. Interlace, push away forward. Up, side, side, behind, open through the shoulders. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for Shape It Mostly Mat. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next workout.